Hey there, I'm Catherine Lane, and welcome to Catherine's Conversations in the Country, where we're here at my home. This is where I do it. We're in the country, and we're right in front of my pond where I've pulled up many a bass, but we're not here to talk about fishing today. Of course, we're always here to talk about mental health, especially mental health in our children and our teenagers and our young adults. The statistics, I'm afraid, aren't getting better, and we need to do all we can to help these kids get back on track in as many places, with as many people, with as many conversations as we can have. As many of you know, we lost our grandson Aiden, on March 20th of 23. So it's our mission now to get the word out, to talk about mental health, and to help these kids, talk about it amongst themselves, be able to talk about it where they are. And you met Sarah Shriver, just the last video over about mental health in teens, parenting two teenage daughters, with another one coming up. This is Molly DeAvria. Molly is I want to get this right, Executive Director of Youth Programs at the YMCA.
You got it.
Now, did you just develop this program about mental health at the Y, or is this something that's been at the Y for a while?
That's a great question. So we actually have been working with teens and young adults for as long as the Y's been around. About 3 years ago, the YMCAs throughout North Carolina really saw that the mental health of our teens was struggling. This is coming out of COVID.
Yes.
We all know it. We've seen it.
Yes.
And so the Alliance, we call it the Alliance, all of our Ys working together, worked with the North Carolina legislators, and we received grant funding that has supported Ys across North Carolina to ensure that we were able to offer teen programs with a huge emphasis on teen mental health. Some of that was providing mental health first aid classes. So just like if you fall down and you get a scrape on your arm and you need a Band-Aid, it's the same type of first aid, but really focusing on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've been able across the state to identify caring adults. A lot of that is Y staff. We've offered it to our youth coaches. We've offered it to the community, depending on the community, and try to get the word out there and get more people certified. So I know I took it, I know Sarah took it, and many of our staff at the Y.
Okay. So what kind of programs do y'all have specifically at the Y, and are kids opening up? Are they getting into it?
Yeah, that's a great question. Every Y tries to match the community they're in. And so we have programs that are trying to fit different kinds of individuals, because every kid is different. Every teen is different. And so we have groups that are more for sports. We've got teen sports leagues. There's nothing better than being on a team, right?
Mm-hmm.
That small group connection is really important. We have groups like Middle School United Nations and Youth in Government that focuses on more of an educational side, learning about how the world works or how the state works. And that might be a different teen from the teen that's coming out to play pickup basketball. We have programs for after school for those middle schoolers who either can't or shouldn't go home at the end of the day before their parents get home. And so they instead come to the Y. And then we also have programs that are volunteer and community service based. One specific that I work with a lot is called Leaders Club. And so we have teens across the country, and definitely in our home community, that are focused on bettering themselves and bettering their community through service.
Okay.
So just an array of programs. Some have worked. Some have not had the same type of registration. We did what we were calling teen talks, had a professional coming in that was going to talk about maybe anxiety today, or maybe mindfulness. And some of those were better attended than others, or parents were really excited about, but the teen wasn't excited about. And that's okay.
Yeah.
We learn a little bit
Right.
here and there what's working. But it's important to keep the conversation going.
Exactly. And whenever you're talking about these programs, is there a certified leader in each of these programs that you've mentioned that might notice if a kid is acting differently or is withdrawing, a little different behavior? They're keenly aware and looking out for that kind of it.
So not all, but most. We have had great success in certifying our staff and certifying staff at the Ys throughout North Carolina. And we are continuing to look for and offer some of those classes. Our local governments are doing the same thing, which is really exciting. In Gaston County, we've connected with some of the county resources that are doing the same thing with their county staff, school staff, and then community members too. So it's not just the Y that's trying to tackle this problem, which makes it even better.
Yeah.
It's a community approach.
Yeah. And like I try to say every time that we tape one of these is, one of the best, most useful, most accessible things you can do with kids is talk. To specifically talk without judgment, as Sarah was saying earlier. And I think this opens up a whole new world from just like taking your kid to the Y to be on a team, to just open up a dialogue. This is something that we're doing, I think, that's fairly new. And like you said, I truly believe that COVID, kids staying, being isolated, it was detrimental to a lot of kids that are prone to anxiety or ADHD or compulsivity issues. Anyway, that was 2020 was just crazy. So now I think we're just trying to keep up and trying to quickly put together, whatever we can to keep these conversations going wherever the kids are going.
Great. Yeah, communication is absolutely key. I also have a teenage daughter, and it's constant conversation.
Yeah.
Now she's a talker, so that makes it easier. But as a parent or as an adult, if it's a teacher, a counselor, a friend, it's our responsibility to continuously ask the questions. And
What kind of questions?
Well, they could be easy because some kids don't want to talk.
Right.
So it could be as easy as, you tell me something that happened at school today, or what went well, what went poorly. There's a game called Roses and Thorns. What's something that went well today and something that didn't go well. So it's keeping some of that up. Or, hey, what's going on with your friend Cal today? I've noticed you haven't been spending as much time doing, anything that is not a yes or no answer. It means they have to open up a little. And we've got teens who aren't interested in talking.
Right.
Or they don't want to talk to their mom and dad because we're mom and dad, right? But instead, they might talk to a teacher or a counselor at the Y or a parent's friend even. And it doesn't matter what the adult is.
Right.
It doesn't matter who they are. We just want to put caring adults in front of our kids. And anytime we can create the atmosphere that we have those small groups and an ability for somebody to raise their hand and say, I need help. Or for an adult to notice, hey, you need help. But please know these teens are talking about it. They are, and young adults too, they can identify what's going on inside of them. They are talking about it with their peers. They know what's going on. They just might not be ready to tell an adult yet.
Yeah, that's good. And I think an important thing, if I might add to that, is whatever they tell you, whenever we say, let your teenager or your young adult or even your preteen come to you, they might come to you with something that might have your jaw dropping on the floor. But it's important to, keep it together, keep that non-judgment going. My children will tell you that I'm a little judgmental. So I think it's important that we as parents reprogram ourselves to keep a straight face no matter what they come to you with.
Yeah, our teens are exposed to so much, and it is social media. It's having your phone right there in your pocket, or whatever they're watching. I mean, it's just so different from when we were kids. We're slightly older than that, just a little bit,
Not much.
but it is very different nowadays. And so bringing up those topics even before they bring them up with you is important. They see that you're willing to listen.
Right, exactly. There's just so much coming at them. Like we talked about, social media, everything's accessible on their phone. They can see all kinds of movies that you wouldn't want them to see, and you might never know that they've seen them. So it's just a whole new ball game, and it's a scary ball game. Mm-hmm. So it's good to know that there's people out there like the YMCA, like 988, like I meet YMCA.org is a great organization too, AFSP.org. Tell me where people can get more information about your resources at the YMCA.
So it's on our website. They're all web-based because we want to be able to pull it out of our pocket, right? It's so funny. My daughter was in her first ever show. It was very exciting. And we were driving and for the first day to dress rehearsal, and she goes, "What does anxiety feel like?" And I go, "Hey, let's name it." And so I pulled out the website, and it's off our website, or whatever your YMCA in North Carolina is. Ours is gastonymca.org, and it's the Teen Mental Health Resource Hub. And we'll make sure we'll have it on the screen for you in post.
Yeah.
But we want to make sure that they have the ability to say, okay, this is how I'm feeling, and now let me learn a little bit more about it.
Right.
And so in that day, we were able to say, it's nerves, not anxiety, but now we're naming it.
Right.
And that's so very important. So in North Carolina, it is open to all. There is no paywall. There is no membership. It is literally a resource we wanted to make sure everybody had access to.
That's wonderful.
So if you have a YMCA in North Carolina, if you're a member or not, you can go to that website and they're going to have a link directly to it.
Okay, one more time at the website.
Ours is gastonymca.org. And you can either search Teen Mental Health Resource Hub or go off the Teen Program tab.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yes. This is Molly DeAvria and Sarah Shriver with the Gaston YMCA. Thanks so much, and talk to your kids, y'all. Thanks.